go. So are the two teams. Rob Schick will drop the puck between Ron Sutter and Adam Crane. Ron Sutter with Mackey on the left, Hall on the right, Jim Dahl and Norwood on defense. And we're underway. Taglianetti back in his own end with a puck. Plays it to Bob Plager right in front of the goal. Now to the corner. Mackey intercepts, moves in a shot. It's blocked by Taglianetti. Mackey along the near board. Leaves the puck. Creighton beats Hull to it. Up to Tonto. He shoots it across the ice out of the neutral zone. And Chicago takes over. Feeds it back in his own end deep. Looking for Norwood. Couldn't find him. Back by the goal. Joseph takes the puck up off the boards. Hull leaves it for Ron Sutter. He gets high, sticks a bit. There'll be a penalty. A penalty will be called, a high sticking penalty against Chris Contos. It comes here just 32 seconds into the opening period, and the Blues will get an early power play.
Oh, it was a good job on the right boards by Brett Hull, trying to get the puck out. Taglianetti had stepped in. That means Contos had to come over and try to get Ron Sutter. He got his stick up, I think with a little bit of help from Sutter on the play. So he'll go off. High sticking, and the Blues will get their first goal. Bob Berry started this game again, just as he did the other night with Ron Sutter up front, David Mackey, a couple of guys that work hard. They got the puck in right away and put some early pressure on Tampa Bay.
The Blues with the man advantage. Power play, successful 23% of the time. Tampa Bay, 23rd in the league, killing penalties. Successful 75% of the time. The Blues with the man advantage. Janney loses the puck along the far boards, and it is cleared the length of the ice. Sending it down the ice. Freaky on defense with Bergevin. Anderson up front with Steve Kasper. They like it since they played the Blues last. From center ice, Emerson attempting to shoot it in. The puck deflects off Bergevin and into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off out in the neutral zone.
I asked Nelson Emerson this morning what he thought of wearing that face mask that he wore in Toronto his first game back after the eye injury, and then he took it off for the game against Ottawa, and he said he really had a difficult time seeing because he tends to skate hunched over a little bit. He just couldn't see out through that thing. He says it's really something he'd like to start wearing because of some of the eye problems that players have had in the league, but it's just too difficult to get used to right now.
Neutral face-off. Emerson and Norwood are on the points with Brown out. Janney up front with Shanahan and Hull. Emerson. Shot blocked by Norwood. And Tucker causing havoc deep in the Blues zone. Works behind the net. Centers to the blue line. Freaky waits. Moves into the slot. Takes a shot. Hits Janney in the leg. And play is stopped. Well behind the action. And there's going to be a hooking penalty call. And it'll be against the Blues. Brendan Shanahan. That really hurts. Penalty in your own end while you have a power play.
Already, and we're starting to see the effects of Jeff Brown not being in this game. Lee Norwood is going to see a lot of time on the power play. And right there, the Blues had good control in their own end. And Lee Norwood kind of gave a bad pass over to Emerson off his skate, and that allowed Tampa Bay to get a couple of chances shorthanded.
Both teams here for and we're ready for the face-off. Relatively deep in the Blues zone. Brian Bradley for Tampa Bay against the Blues. Ron Sutter. Sutter with Lowry, Hedican and Zombo in front of Curtis Joseph. The puck kick to point to Hedican. He'll shoot right on. Jablonski the save. Taglianetti under pressure from Lowry almost puts the puck in his own net. Lowry bouncing around off the boards, doing some great forechecking. Now the referee, Rob Schick, will stop play. Taglianetti and Lowry really battling each other, and I believe we're going to get a penalty here.
Lowry, you know, Harry Chris was mentioning as of late, he doesn't like the way his defensemen have been playing. After the long shot by Hedican, Taglianetti ended up with good control of the puck in front. Dave Lowry goes right after him in front of the net as Taglianetti handles it, and he almost puts it into his own net after some good work by Lowry. Lowry in front after Taglianetti had control, and Lowry just hit his stick with his own. And Jablonski had to come up with the save, and then it turns out Lowry goes into the penalty box.
Yeah, as play continued there along the boards, and it continued for quite a while. Lowry got a 2-minute holding penalty, so the Blues are shorthanded. Wilson, the lone forward. Norwood on defense with Butcher up the middle of the ice. Beard to Bradley. Now to Crosby. Tucker's the other Lightning player. Butcher intercepted. Butcher, and he clears it down the ice. Now Wilson is replaced by Miller. Tucker is replaced by Zombie. Crosby knocked down. Rollins on the near boards by Miller. Santos is out of the penalty box. The two-man advance for 45 seconds for Tampa Bay. Crosby to Bradley up the far left wing. Into the blue zone. Checked on a nice play by Miller. The puck springs loose. And Butcher clears it the length of the ice. Wilson back replacing Miller. Wilson, Butcher. Betwixt and between all the Lightning players all the way back into the Tampa Bay end. Still 13 seconds to go in the two-man advantage for Tampa Bay. Up the middle of the ice, Bob Beers. He works into the blue zone. Sends the puck behind the net. Zombo gets there, shoots it hard around the boards, and it comes to center ice, brought back in offside by the rookie defenseman, Roman.
And what the Blues were doing, killing this penalty, is that they were forcing the Tampa Bay players to go to the board with the puck. When you're 5-on-3, you want to carry the puck up the middle of the ice so you can make a play either way. But the Blues were forcing them to the boards. Then they only had one way to go with the puck. That was to the center of the ice. So the Blues did an excellent job holding Tampa Bay without any shot on that 4-on-3 and part on the 5-on-3.
So the Blues' first penalty to Lowry still in there for another 23 seconds, and the puck deep in the Tampa Bay end. 18-year-old Roman Hammerlich. He wears number 44. He's a great hope for the future here in Tampa Bay. To the red line, he shoots the puck in it, circles behind the net. Hartman after it. Creighton gives it back to Hartman. Back to Creighton in the near corner. Over to the left point. Hammerlich, screen shot right on the save. Rebound. Oh, and Conto stopped. Hammerlich at the left point. Lowry back on. The Blues at full strength. Puck knocked into the corner. Here's Adam Creighton. Creighton tied up along the and puts the Blues offside. There's no score in Tampa. This is St. Louis Blues.
Here early in the first period, as they had to kill off a couple of minor penalties. Harry Chris, one of the big problems with this team scoring goals. He's asking for some of his other players besides Brian Bradley and Chris Conto to start contributing offensively for him.
Neutral face-off. Crossman with a puck. He's on defense with Reed. He gets it ahead. DeMaio works in. Looks in front for Casper. His pass fails to reach him. Then Wilson bumps DeMaio in the corner. Deep in the Blues end. And Casper taken out behind the goal by Barron. Now Casper looks in front. Tries to get in front. Bumped by Barron. Centers. The puck knocked away from Zonder. And the Blues clear it out. The Blues have Wilson, 4-11, Hall on this forward line. Crossman has it. Doug Crossman up to Reed. Now to Rob Zombie.